So this is my first video, and basically what this channel is going to be about is going to be me doing gameplay for mobile games, and it's going to be me doing the gameplay with me doing commentary on things I find on the internet, like scandals, big rumors, things I find funny, news, and basically anything else that I find entertaining or someone may suggest to me. And on occasion, I'm going to be doing stories. Well, it might be more often than an occasion, but this one, for my first video, is going to be the first time I smoked weed. Now, I know this isn't really anything super original or that hasn't been done before, but for me, watching these videos was interesting to see how people got introduced to weed, and because a lot of people smoke it. It's you know legal in a lot of states and decriminalized in a lot of states. So I always thought, those stories were interesting. Now, before I tell you straight off the bat how like the first time I smoked weed, I should probably tell you how I got introduced to it, and how I kind of knew about it. So basically, my mom was a huge stoner, and it was around. She'd never smoke in front of me. She'd never do anything like that. But I'd walk into the garage, really strong weed, smell. And I was younger, I didn't know it, but I always thought it was weird. She would kick me out right as I walked in. And so yeah, so I knew what it was. I was familiar with it. So fast forward to like my sixth grade year. I was a skater kid, and I just wanted so bad to be cool. Like a lot of kids in that awkward middle school stage. And this kid named Derek, I thought he was really cool. Had his he rapped on the side and all that. And he offered it to me, and I thought it was the worst thing. Like I did not want to do it at all, and I turned it down. So later on that night, I'm laying in bed, and I'm like, why didn't I do it? I just felt like a huge chicken. I don't know why. They didn't pressure me or go like, hey, do it. No sort of peer pressure. They just offered it to me, and I felt like a chicken. So basically what happened was I started watching like weed videos on YouTube, and started reading up on it, and that's actually how I found out about Custom Grow 420. Shout out to Custom Grow 420. Now after that, I was like, I already had it in my mind that I wanted to try it. So I used to have this VCR, and I don't know why I had a VCR and liked getting VHS tapes. It was like 2012, 2013. So by then that was already dead technology. So I go to the Goodwill, because that's where I bought all my VHS tapes, and I see this movie Half Baked with Dave Chappelle. And I had never seen it, but I loved the Chappelle Show, even from that age. So that was like, all right, cool. So I ended up getting it, and buying the tape, and I took it home. I remember sitting down in front of my TV and plugging it in, and I watched it from beginning to end. And if you haven't seen the movie, it just makes weed look super fun, like unrealistically fun. Like nothing that like weed is actually like is portrayed in that movie, but it just makes it look cool. So I ended up watching it, and not only did I like the movie and I thought it was funny, I wanted to try weed like more than anything. So after that, I told my dad I'm gonna go to skate, which is true. I went to go skate, and probably about a block, yeah, probably about a block, no more than a block or two. There was this shopping center with a Vons and a Papa John's right next to it, and there was this little tea shop which is no longer there. It was only there for a little bit, and I don't know how I knew the stone like where to go. I didn't know how I knew like who to ask. Maybe it was because like I just recognized them, or I walked back past and smelled it in the air one time. But I ended up walking up there, and asking them, hey, where can I buy some weed? And of course they had some. So I give them my $20 of my allowance, and they skimped me so tough. Like I gave them 20. Looking back on it, they gave me a gram, like if that. And I didn't know any better. So basically, I take this like little. It wasn't good weed either. I would just like to note that it wasn't very great, even for the time. And so there was this ladder, and you could go up on top of the Papa John's. And when I first smoked it, I didn't really feel anything. Like I didn't get high. So I was like, this is pretty lame. So I hit it up on top of the roof, and I go back home, and I wake up the next day, and I go back up there and my shitty little homemade pipe. I think it might have been apple or tinfoil or like whatever I found on YouTube was still up there, and I smoked it. And I what I remember was just zoning out completely. Like I was just completely like gone. Like I remember just sitting there and staring at the wall. Now it felt like at 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure it was 10 minutes, but for all I know, it could have been like 20 to 30 minutes, maybe even an hour. So that was actually my very first time smoking weed, or actually getting my first time smoking weed and my first time getting high. Now, if you guys have any, weed stories, first time smoking weed stories that is more interesting than that, go ahead, drop them in the comments. Thank you for watching.